Hey guys, welcome back to Stuntman's Kitchen. Before we get started, I got some really interesting and fantastic news. As you can see, KoopaKing has got a little bit of a change wardrobe right here.
Check me out, guys. I got promoted.
Yeah,
check it out.
He's gonna be my official assistant. Get over here.
That's right. Assistance is needed.
Assistant for these kitchen videos. Of course, we're gonna have other guests, other members of the team later on. But
I'm gonna be reoccurring.
He's gonna be very reoccurring. All right, now let's get started.
Let's start cracking. So, what are we doing today?
We're making pizza.
Pizza.
Now,
all right.
We're actually making 3 different types of pizza.
3 pizzas. Do tell. I want to know.
We are making a margarita style pizza. We're making an old world style pizza, and we're making a classic pepperoni pizza.
Ooh, those sound so good.
All right. Now let's get started. All right, guys. Now, first thing we need to do is we need to start the dough. We have to have time for the dough to rise, and we'll be making our sauce right after that while it's rising. Okay, first we get our dry ingredients together. We have a mixing bowl. I like this because of its wide, high sides and it's nice and big. We have 3 cups of 00 flour. Now, for those of you who don't know, 00 flour is a type of grate of flour. It's extremely fine and it's still high in protein like most flour is. It's perfect for pizza, absolutely perfect for pizza. There's 3 cups right here. We'll put this in the mixing bowl. It'll be a little messy, and we got 1 tablespoon of kosher salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar. Now I guess you're saying sugar and pizza dough, but well, it helps. I'm gonna put that right in there. Now we're gonna move towards our wet ingredients. Now this isn't a wet ingredient, but this is what we need to do. This is yeast. This is active dry yeast. This stuff's gonna foam, so we kind of need to let this emulsify in a little bit of water. In fact, 1 cup of hot water. So if you go ahead and you go measure a cup of hot water. Let the faucet run a little bit.
Hot water.
All right. So the reason we're doing this is to activate the yeast. And once it's activated and it's foamed for a little bit, then we can mix it in with our dry ingredients, and then we can make our pizza dough. But first, I'm going to get started here. Get this out of the way. Get some more of that flour. We're going to lay down our working surface. Just get a little bit of it. Just kind of sprinkle it on the counter here. Now make sure you use a clean counter. You got the hot water?
Exactly. 1 cup of hot water. Indeed.
Right. Put it right there. Pour some of that out. It's like baby powder. It's awesome. I'm gonna take this, open it up, sit in there. I use the paper. It's lined. Alright, so it's been a few minutes. The yeast is kind of emulsified itself in with the water. Now, what we're going to do is, normally we would just add straight to the dry ingredients. But we're not going to do that. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your hands, just kind of mix it in a little bit. Take that little bowl that we used originally. Scoop a little bit in there. Add a little bit. About half. There. It's okay if you get a little bit on the counter. We'll pick it up later. We're gonna take this, pop it in here. Get the rest of that out. Get the rubber spatula out of there. Over there.
1 rubber spatula.
Take the yeast and everything and pour it in here. Mix it up. And get the rest of that few minutes. Get over here. Get over here. Look, take a look inside the hole. Yeah. Make sure you scrape your fingers off every once in a while. This is great when you have a partner. Are you good with that? Can you just get my fingers off here?
Yeah.
Rubber scratches.
And clean walk here.
Alright. Great. Alright. Okay, that's good. Get back in. Knead the dough.
So about how long
And we're
for
gonna
this?
get this. Clean. Add just about a half a cup of water to that.
Half more.
Half a cup. We didn't let that yeast sit long enough. That should be good. Take it, pour just a hair on my hand. Okay, good. Now loosen things up a little bit more on my hand.
And it don't need to be completely sticky.
We don't want it. Okay. Normally, we would use a gigantic mixer for this. A little bit more in the water.
A little more.
Oh, right. Things like this tend to happen sometimes.
That's what I say. Cooking is an experiment.
Yes, it is. Especially when you're using a new recipe. Oh, there more, right?
Yeah, more.
And yeah, more.
More.
Sometimes cooking isn't an exact science.
It's much science you can't perfect
Okay.
completely all the time.
I take this, get a little bit of water there. That. All the stuff off my hands. Bash it in here. And then we're gonna come back in a few minutes and I'll show you what it really looks like. What's gonna look like when it's done. Okay. So after folding and kneading, adding water, a little bit of more flour, we get, and then obviously a little bit of cleaning up here. Got our pizza dough here.
Looks
Now,
like a
mound, right?
mountain more like a loaf of bread or something.
Yeah, it looks more like sourdough
Sourdough
roll.
Yeah.
Like,
It looks good.
yeah. So what we're gonna do? Take this. Make sure it's not too sticky. Like I can do this. That's what you want. Take this. Put it in a bowl. Cover. Damp towel. During our little break. You got it. Okay. Make sure it's clean. Just drape it over. We're gonna come over here. Put it in an oven. It's nice, dry, moderate temperature here. So this
Moderate
is
temperature.
Yeah. So and it's gonna sit like that for about an hour.
A whole hour?
Yeah, I know, but we gotta make it. But dude, your favorite part, the sauce.
The sauce. Yeah, the sauce. Dough.
Okay, let's it's sauce time.
Sauce time. All right. Yes, you remember.
Yeah.
Kill.
Literally, you got some energy. All right. So now, what do we got? We have
A whole bunch of
a
tomatoes.
whole bunch of Roma tomatoes.
Roma tomatoes.
Now these are great. I've already pre-washed these. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 11 tomatoes.
11 tomatoes.
Now we have to prep all these tomatoes.
Okay, so what are we gonna do to them?
First off, we're gonna make the sauce out of these. Now normally you would stew these for hours and hours and hours. I'm gonna show you a shortcut.
I like shortcuts.
You remember the hot Thai wings? Our first video, obviously.
I do remember.
Our last video. And we're gonna do something similar to what we did with that sauce. Now we're gonna take the growing tomato, You want to get rid of this little bit right there. You can use a melon baller. I just trim that off and do that, and then we're gonna take it. Watch yourself. We're just gonna quarter it. And while we do that, stack them up here over here. You can just do it like that. I'm gonna have you do that, Koopa. And just keep the little ends off this side. Now, come here. Come around here. Come around here.
Right.
Now, we have a blender here, or a big blender. Now we want to add all the special herbs and spices that we want to go into this sauce. Now, just move the lid. Yeah. Our little spring mechanism in here. Sorry to reach over you. We have oregano. We got about 2.5 tablespoons. I'm gonna take a little bit, about half. Put there. Thyme. Now, normally I would use fresh thyme, but it takes forever and a day to get these suckers off and dry. So I just use store-bought thyme. It's already been dried for me. I'm gonna do the same. Add half there. We got basil. Half, 3/4 cup. We're gonna take a little bit of this because we need the rest for that margarita. A little, just to give it a little bit of a bite to it. Now we have chives. Now I like to use onions mostly, but we're gonna just put a little bit in here. These chives, we have this nice taste to them, and it's gonna bolden up the flavor a little bit. Where are you at? Careful, wash your thumbs.
Oh, I'm watching. I'm well aware.
Alright,
Just a few more to go here.
Alright. So, how excited are you about these pizzas?
Really excited, you know? Different flavors, give you that different palate. And it's, makes it really delicious that way.
Alright, cool. Well, you're doing that. Flip the cutting board around like this. This is a cool.
You want to?
I'm going to start taking these and putting them in here. Like that. Don't ever use a laminate countertop to do this. And don't cut on the laminate. I mean, you always use a cutting board. I like these.
Right, you don't want to cut the table.
This plastic material. Now, we got most of them. We got just a little bit over half here. Now we're gonna put the lid back on. So we gotta puree this up a little bit.
Puree it.
Yeah, just like we did the sauce. Just so we can kind of mix it. It's gonna make it kind of like a nice little salsa again, like we did. Nice little salsa looking. Now, again, you can actually use this as salsa if you really wanted to. I would put a little lime or a little bit more, and a little salt in there. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the rest. All this. Koopa, you go throw it a little way. And now we're gonna add just a little bit. I use a little, maybe a tablespoon. It doesn't have to be extremely fancy. Extra virgin olive oil. I just like Great Value, works great for me. In this case, I don't need a whole lot. You know what? Actually, we're gonna do something still special. Stay right there.
Special, huh?
Yeah, balsamic vinegar aged 4 years in wood. Well, this is, you can get this for a little bit extra. This has got a little bit of extra kick to it. How do you see it? This is a brand new bottle.
Great, I'm always out for an extra kick.
All that. Just get a whiff of that.
Yeah, I can definitely.
Just a little in there. Just gonna, again, brighten it up a little bit. And go, ooh, we broke the bottle. Be careful.
Bottles break.
Bottles break. You're going to dispose of that. Properly dispose of that by emptying that into the sink. Alright. Now we're gonna put the lid on. These things happen. Accidents happen all the time in the kitchen. As you see, we got everything back on. Puree this. So it's nice liquidy texture. Now what we're gonna do is come over here. Take this off. Out.
Time to heat up our sauce here.
Heat up the sauce. And put it right in the pan, like we did with the last time. With the hot Thai winds, we're gonna put this. Use this a little.
Right out there.
Low, medium heat.
Low, medium.
And we're just gonna keep that there for a while. It's gonna take about half an hour. We still got about a little bit over half an hour left on for our dough to rise. So we're just gonna sit back and keep an eye on the sauce. We'll be back when it's time to do some flipping.
Stay tuned. Oh yeah, it's saucy. Yo, Stuntman.
Yeah.
Sauce is done, my man.
Let's take a look.
Look at that.
Oh, that's perfect. It's perfect. Just a little chunky, still a little wet. It's perfect. Now turn the sucker off, and oh my God, it looks like our dough's done too.
Our dough is done.
All right, so let's take this off the heat.
Good idea. Don't want to keep cooking.
While we get this out. Yep, doubled in size, just like I said. Now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna set our oven. 350. While that's done, we'll get these all out.
All right, and what are we doing with this enlarged dough?
Well, first off, inflate it a little bit. Get our flour back out. This time we're gonna work on our cutting board.
Board, okay.
A little bit on it.
All right. Show the dough who's boss. Own it.
Taking just a little, that's good. Not supposed to be. You kind of get a nice little layer of flour on there. Okay, we're gonna roll that up into a section here. We're gonna take our knife there, and cut it into 1, 2, 3 sections.
Thirds.
Okay, it goes in. We just start with the middle. And we're gonna get the round pan here. So right there. Now we're gonna get this. And what I like to do is, grab it, pinching the ends, Toss it back and forth. Okay, so now at this point, you can add a little bit more flour to it. You might want to step back for this. Now we're gonna using
the technique.
Stretch it out a little bit more. Okay. Wow, since I've done this, guys. Because you want to get the center
That's what happens when you get rusty.
a little thinner. Do a little flour, put it on the side here.
Looking good.
Now, these pizzas aren't that big. We don't gotta feed a whole lot of people.
Not today, anyway.
Yep. Just us and our themselves. Okay. Now, this sucker, get a little bit more fire in there. Lip up the side here.
Ah, it's this one's gonna be a mini thick crust.
This is gonna be a pepperoni pizza.
Ah, pepperoni.
Need some more fire. Lay that on here. So it doesn't stick. Just make sure it's not too. That's why I use a slotted pan for these. Get that sauce in that ladle over here. Just kind of up the and not the ladle over there. That's your ladle right here. Okay. What we're gonna do here? That. Don't want too much. We don't want a lot of sauce here. A little bit, start the center. Not a whole lot of sauce. Take that. Good. Put that back over there. We're gonna get Provel cheese. You know, we live in St. Louis, so. Over this. A little bit of this, and Koopa, and go in the fridge and get out the pepperoni. Just gotta take a little bit. Don't need a whole lot for this. So it's gonna expand out the wazoo. And if you wanted to, if you had some like lettuce or spinach running around, this stuff is great on salad. Get a little on the crust. I took the thyme, the chives, and the oregano out. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on the pizza. These are small pizzas, so these are like personal sized pizzas. Personal sized. We're going to take our salami. Now, everybody, pepperoni, yeah. It's a salami style cut, so it's a thicker.
But it's huge.
So
Those are just way
thick.
too big for the pizza.
No, it's not. Lay them here. Thick cut, too. A little harder cut. If you want to, you can layer it on it if you wanted to.
If only they were smaller, you know?
Oh, yeah, we could get smaller. But
I mean, I kind of wanted a pizza that was smiling at me, you know? Coming out of the oven smiling like, hey, eat me, it's delicious.
yeah. Well,
I wish I could have done that, but
we're doing
you know,
this.
we got some oversized pepperoni here.
A little more cheese on top here.
We do like our cheese.
Yeah, you don't need a whole lot. Just to put a little bit of a cheese on top. If you wanted to, you can take some more of that. And you can butter. You can butter the outside.
Butter?
I prefer taking a little bit more of that olive oil. A little measuring cup if you want. Pour a little bit in there. Just kind of brush the outside a little bit. And you can add some more seasoning to it if you want to. You can add garlic to it. You know, this is just a base recipe. I'm just showing you what I do. Okay, there's that. Keep that olive oil on the side. So when we got this, that's one pizza done. Set this off to the side here.
Okay.
No. Okay.
So then what's
Now.
next? What's the second one?
More flour out. Here's the other one. This. Alright, as you can see that we've gone through the process a little bit further than instead of a round crust, we're gonna have a square crust. So what I'm doing is basically I'm just taking this, stretching it a little further, and then folding it over and kind of crimping it. We're gonna put all the rest of our sauce in here. Turn the dough. You don't have to have as quick a hand as I do. But get that square, the one with the lip up. I've coordinated all the pans to where they look like what
Just
we're
about
having.
what it is. Yeah.
No, the other one.
As you were.
This is kind of like a little mini version of a deep dish.
Fetch the profile. Yep.
Flour. Put on here. KoopaKing's already anticipating what's coming.
Already figured that one out.
Yep, sauce. So now
Just what we need.
this doesn't really matter. You can sit there and just pile it on there. Make a nice little layer on there. Down there and go in the fridge. There's a little bowl with some saran wrap on it. I'm leaving this for a special occasion. And this is a great occasion. Now I have here some pork andouille sausage that I have pre-cooked for fire and sliced up. Ooh, this stuff is delicious.
Even more delicious on the pizza, yes.
This is gonna be kind of like our meat lovers pizza. It's an old world style. There's gonna be no cheese on it.
Not every pizza needs it.
A little clear spot on our cutting board here. I'm gonna take some of the pepperoni. Yeah. Get another slice right there. So I just simply slice it into strips. We're gonna put that on top of the pizza. One for you. Okay, yeah. Put the rest of that in there. And then just put a little more on top. And we have that one until we put it in the oven.
2 for 3. Alrighty.
Now,
Final one.
final one. We'll get back to you when it gets on the pan.
Well, looks like we're on our third pizza. This is excellent. It's gonna get ready to be cooked and ready to be eaten. Oh yeah.
Okay, so as we do with the other ones, we just powdered the pan a little bit. Now you see it's a more of an oval shape. There. Now we got Roman tomatoes. We're using these again. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the ends off. Just flipped over the board so it didn't get much flour. We're just gonna slice these up.
Sliced tomatoes.
And while KoopaKing is doing that, take the ends, put them over here. KoopaKing is doing that. I'm going to take stuff that's already been sliced and this mozzarella. Now this stuff you can buy like this in the store, which it's great like this. You know, just so they're popping in your mouth. And it's just a snack. But we're gonna use this for the pizza here. So I'm gonna make sure we have the tomato here. Underneath. Take and kind of go around the pizza. Like that the entire way. So there's a nice little lip right here. That cheese is gonna want to go all over the place. And you can also you can cook your crust ahead of time for this one. It's kind of a more versatile of the three. And you can just put it on top like this. And eat it like this. I know several people who do that. I've done it on several occasions. And, on several occasions, yes, actually. I take these small little pieces and pop right there. Okay, now we're gonna take this. I heard that cameraman. Take some little more of that oregano thyme. Pop it on there. Now, the basil. Basil is one of my favorite smelling herbs.
It does have a pretty nice aroma to it, doesn't it?
Now you can dice this up and you can put on top, but I love just sticking a leaf underneath every little piece of cheese. Makes it look exquisite. Taste fantastic. Just darn right. Well, just darn right tastes good. Well, it looks like we have a few more tomatoes than we anticipated. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a few more tomatoes. Let's stick them right here.
Kind of embed them in there somewhere.
Okay. Make sure that the crust is nice and you have to spread it out. That's fine. This is one of those crusts, or it's more like a flat crust. But doesn't it look pretty? It's obviously one of the best looking ones. And yeah, cameraman, you're looking here.
Starting to salivate a little bit there.
Yeah,
he's getting a little excited. He's a little hungry.
You want to put a little bit more on here. Yeah, really do this up right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is obviously one of the better looking ones.
Well, it's got that color to it.
Yeah, it's got that pop. Looks like Christmas on a pizza. All right, so now our oven is actually just now prepped. So what we're gonna do here, I'll take these, grab the square one, I'll put these in here.
Be very careful.
Oven is hot. Since I left a little room over here,
Your pizza, sir.
go. You can see the dough is already starting to rise a little bit. So we're gonna wait about,
Wait a second.
15
or so?
minutes. 15 minutes. We should have pizza.
All right, everybody, it is pizza time.
All right, guys. So we've had to rearrange these things to make sure that, they don't burn.
Cook
Each
evenly
oven's
enough.
differently. So we got. Oh, here we got our pepperoni pizza.
Yeah.
Very hot. I need a new oven mitt.
Watch those burns.
Yeah, I've burned myself as it is. Alright, okay, we got our margarita pizza right here. We got our old world pizza. We're gonna let it cool down. We're gonna let it cool down for a few minutes. We don't want to burn our tongue like we did with the wings. I know you can't wait. And I can hear my voice taste buds itching to get at too. All right, so now we've reached the end of our pizza threesome video. Now it's time for the traditional. You get to try the pizza. Pick.
All right, the old world.
Old world. All right.
Old world. Wow.
Good.
That is so good.
I'm gonna try a bit of this margarita pizza. Oh my god.
That is pizza.
I surprised myself on that one. Alright, well.
We're still eating.
We need some alone time now.
Yes.
So, again, you leave now, please. Anyways, this has been Stuntman.
And KoopaKing.
This is Stuntman's Kitchen. See you guys next time.